a while ago some family members were involved in a amusing incident. Now, I think it's amusing precisely because, unlike me, they are fun people, and they are often the heart and soul of a party. But in any event, so they were at the concert, and they were just sitting down quietly enjoying the music. But next to them, there were some people that were really into it. They were dancing and singing and carrying on. And then at some stage, a woman in this group came to my family members and told them, "You must participate, you must participate." I think many people will agree with the sentiment, at least, that life is short and that one must live it, that one should be careful not to be a mere spectator in life. But I do wonder how many people see this participating in life fully as a physical and mental exercise. I suspect that many people see it more in the physical sense. Now, for those, I want to invite to have a different view, and I think it's important because, especially after COVID-19, lots of people are struggling with mental health issues and depression, and also it's just natural for people, as you are born into this world, you are full of wonder about the world, but as you grow older, it's sort of life becomes commonplace. It's at some stage life becomes a bit of a routine. It's a matter of work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. So life can become a bit boring, and I want to suggest today that philosophy can possibly be a cure for that boredom. Now, let me try and explain by the way of my own example. Now, as I grew up as a child, I read a lot, and as I grew older, I started reading less and less and less. And when I reached my 40s, I reached the stage where I only read that which interested me, and that is only golf and motocross. So, but luckily for me, I think I discovered philosophy in my 40s, and that reversed the trend. And the thing about philosophy is that because everything in life is connected, whatever philosophy book you start to read, it always leads to other things. Now, in my case, I was quite ambitious when I started reading philosophy, in the sense that almost my first 3 books were about Sigmund Freud, Charles Darwin, and Albert Einstein. Now, the thing is that when I started reading Albert Einstein, for instance, I realized that my physics knowledge is not up to scratch, and that I really will have to do a little bit more work on the topic. So immediately it inspires a desire to gain more knowledge. So now I'm reading about Albert Einstein, and that then led to me reading about guys like Paul Dirac and Stephen Hawking and Richard Feynman, for instance. And reading Richard Feynman, for example, he was involved in the Manhattan Project that developed the nuclear weapon that was dropped on Hiroshima. So now reading Richard Feynman about physics, now that took me now to World War II, and now I'm reading about Churchill and Rommel and Montgomery, and that is exactly how philosophy works. It takes you from the one sort of topic to the other. Reading Sigmund Freud was quite big thing in my life, in the sense that when I read Sigmund Freud, it led me to read about Jung and Adler and so forth. But there was a particular paragraph in Sigmund Freud's book where he said that he waited until he was 40, until he was more mature, to read Nietzsche. So now I'm reading this, and at that stage I didn't even knew who Nietzsche was. So now this tickled me, so I decided, well, let's see what this is about. So now I'm taking out the book on Nietzsche, or by Nietzsche, and I'm reading Nietzsche, and I'm struggling. I don't understand what the man is saying. So now I take out books to explain Nietzsche, and it just carries on and on like that. Then Nietzsche led to reading about Schopenhauer and Sartre, and so on and so on. So that is the beauty of philosophy. And as I say, I think it's a cure for boredom.